the politicians, whether it is the Igbo politicians or the Hausa politicians or the Yoruba politicians, these people we are talking about is less than 5,000 people that take all of us for a joggora. It's just for us who doesn't have common sense. If we have common sense, we will put them to where they belong.
With their bullets and guns.
But if you are not willing to make a sacrifice, you can't make omelette without breaking egg. Check what happened in Egypt. Somebody had to put himself on fire for the revolution to happen. What happened in France? The young people here have given up in the country. That's why they are taking them for a ride. When you move out to go, how many of you would they kill? They will kill 1,000 or they will kill 100,000. If you need to pay price for the other people, if you don't pay price, generation unborn for eons of years will hold us responsible that in our generation we did nothing. Those guys running away from the toll gate was the worst mistake they did.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, they should have stood there.
That very day,
that day and dare those people for the once and for all.
Wow.
The oppressors know the game, they understand it. Once they did that and they know you are afraid of it, then they will never leave. All they know is themselves and their family.
Yes.
They will never change. If they kill 5,000 Nigeria, the whole country will change. That will be the end of all this mess. But 5,000 have paid the price to redeem 200 million people. But 200 million people say, let 5,000 people do with us whatever they like. They like the shit in our head, we eat their shit. And we are happy with it. Or we leave the country for them. And they are happy. You think they are going to release power for free? You are joking. This is their life. They've lived in it. These young people need to take their destiny in their own hand and say, we have had enough of this. If I'm a young man, maybe I would have led a revolution. I am 66. I'm going to be 70 in 4 years. I'm 67 this year. So another 14, 13 years, I'm 80 years. It has passed our own time. But if I'm 18, 19, 21, 23, 24, 25, you think I will not do anything? With the life I live, we're coming up, I would have done something.
Wow.
This federal character is the problem. Create a level playing field so that the best of us could come out. Am I saying there's no good people in there are many first-class brain in the northern part of Nigeria and in other part of this country who will excel. But until we have a country that is based on equity and best brain, they will never make any progress as a nation. It's not about preference of where you come from. I'm not asking for any preferential treatment. What I need is a level playing field. Any young man or woman, you make yourself when you are young. If you don't need to wait till you become 30 or 40.
All right. Dr. Cosmos Maduka there, Costraris Motors, giving his own advice to young people. Why? Obviously, I know a lot of you will bash him, but he's saying his own truth. These guys have seen that elections will not be a way for us to solving the problems. And a lot of Nigerians hold this thought already. So let's not demonize people that are able to say it and vocalize it. He has so much to lose. He has businesses in Nigeria. He's a man of influence. This can even lead him to being invited by the DSS. So, but this messenger should not be demonized, and the message should be taken serious. I've listened to many Nigerians. One of my professors called me sometime in February. Yeah, February. I think I just got back from Nigeria at that time. We're supposed to see, but I got the invitation late, so I couldn't see him. And then he was telling me that back and forth, delicate cases like Nigeria, that is hard to understudy. We have to go through some form of revolution to get solution. He's a professor of the Nigerian University. Thank God I didn't mention earlier. So no details. And then he said that he has to. So at some point in all of this drama, we may have to get to a point where we begin to look at possible ways of. I believe that we are giving a last try for elections for 2027, 2031. That is my personal belief. We may have to consider how well we are able to solve our problems. If elections, 2027 is a year to know if we are serious, then 2031 will be a time for us to know if we're ready if elections can solve our problems. So I'm allowing the two election cycle to determine, because there's a renewed, in 2023, we had a renewed understanding of national consciousness, but then the projection was on a candidate and then was in an office. In 2027, I'm urging all Nigerians to put effort to see how we can have a redefined electoral act. And let's ask, qualitative Nigerians to come out in mass to contest for House of Assembly, for Senate, for House of Rep, for governorship, and build a new web, like a spider web, of our political discourse. Then begin to change the narrative from inside. Then maybe 2031 will be able to now have a fully constituted government of a Nigerian people, most likely. That's what we can. But if these two election cycles do not solve the problem, do not tend to produce what we are looking for, then we may have to opt for the other alternative, which is the plan B. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants crisis. there are too many victims, too many casualties. So it's really not something. But we have a country to save, and then we have used our mouth, we have used advocacy, we've used engagement, we've used consultation. But it looks like this criminal entity or gang imposing themselves on this country will not let go. And like you heard there, very tight-fisted. This is their life. They can't do any other thing. Some of these politicians cannot survive anywhere. Even if they try to do something else before now, but as they got to power, they can't. They can't do anything else. I walked into somebody in London who was a former MP, and guess what he does now? Football. Going to enjoy football, looking for football talent. That's his passion. He said this is what he loves to do. He now does a lot of football engagement, scout management, helping and building, contributing his own quota to football development. In London, former MP. There are councillors in Nigeria that cannot do any other thing again. It has to be politics and politics. They don't have life. And so when people like that are now in power, you know that we're in trouble. And then they would always look at Wike now training his son, just like what Tinubu did with Sheyi, to take over. People are going to serve Wike and serve his son. And the people that are serving, just the way we are seeing now in Lagos, Sheyi is eminently qualified. You serve a father, you serve a wife, you serve a sibling, now you are serving the younger sibling. You are going to serve the younger sibling or young son. Thank you again. Like I said, don't demonize this, man. The message is clear. But for me, I am open to having 2 more election cycles to see if we're able to change the tides and redirect the wave. But if we can't, it is what it is. Catch you another time.